Hey y'all, so I wanted to do this video about how to attract success, okay? Um because a lot of us fall into the trap where we say, okay, I want to do something, I have a plan, I have something I want to do, and then you stop yourself by saying, well, where is the money going to come from for that? And my answer to that is the money comes from the same place that all inspiration and all power comes from. You have to have faith, you have to have confidence in faith that your plan will succeed. Whatever idea or inspiration that you have to work towards in this life, you have to also believe that wherever that idea came from, that you will also have the money to achieve your goal as well. And I know it's very, very hard for a lot of people to understand that. So I'm going to give you a couple of illustrations, right? Uh, but first, I want you to think about what I'm going to say next carefully. Okay. Your God, your creator, the entity that created you, did not just create you to send you to the earth to suffer. You were not sent here to suffer. You were sent here to live a prosperous and bountiful and beautiful life. Okay? And so your creator would not send you anywhere. Your creator wouldn't send you here without also um, providing for you. Okay? When a woman is about to have a child, she doesn't most people don't have your college tuition paid for, and your elementary school, and your primary, and all the books you'll ever need in life, and all the clothes you'll ever wear. That's not stored up somewhere. When you come to this planet, you come naked and only on the hope and faith of your mother that she will be able to provide for you, and your father that you will be provided for. Okay, that's all you get. Somebody has the faith in their creator that this child is going to be provided for. Okay, and all your needs are met. Everything that you want is provided for you. But if you keep saying, I don't have the money, I don't have the money, then you're not going to accomplish anything, right? Because from the time you were born naked, and then when you die naked, between that space of time, uh, you have so many things that you can accomplish, because there's so much here for you. If you have faith and confidence that your creator will deliver things or deliver for you, whatever it is that you put your mind to, you can accomplish it. Okay. And so now I'm going to go into talking about you know um your belief system. If you are a Christian and you go to church, but you keep asking yourself, where is money coming from to do something that the creator has put in your mind and your vision? If you keep doing that to yourself, you are throwing back everything in the face of your creator. You are saying that God is not enough. You're saying that you don't have enough faith, you don't have enough confidence, you don't believe that the God that you serve, who gave you a vision, who gave you an idea, will also not provide for you. No, the God who created us also provides. Okay, he will provide all your needs according to his riches and glory. Okay, so you have to have that kind of faith. Okay, and I can go on so many different I can go on so many different things that happened in my life that I used the power of my mind and did the work towards the accomplishment as if I already had the money. To illustrate to you, that what I'm saying is true. One of those things is that Exodus house. Remember, I didn't fundraise. I did that by myself. Did I know where it was going to come from? No. To repair the house? No. I had an idea in my head. I was going to start the beekeeping and honey processing, and the honey processing would finance the repair of the house. That's what I thought. Okay? But I had a thought that it would be repaired, and I wanted to start with the small house because my budget was that small, was only small enough to do that. Okay. I went ahead and I took possession of this property and I signed this lease, this long term lease, with the confidence that it would be done. Okay. And this is something that I think so many of us in in the diaspora especially, and we black people in Africa need to hear, that what other people will not tell you is, none we weren't born with Rolls Royces and cars and houses. You go and you make it happen, you work for it. When people accomplish material things, it gives other people a sense of intimidation that this person was able to do something that you cannot do. That is not true. That is not true. Okay, I'll be the first one to tell you that is not true. You also have the power to exercise your faith. Faith is like a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. The more it will give you the opportunity and the advantage of acting as though you already have what you need to get what you need done. And you have to think in terms of small. You cannot think in terms of okay, I need 20 million and 20 million is gonna fall from the sky. Okay, it's a say, maybe you can. I've never done it that way. The way that I've been doing things is, I think I have a big picture in my head and I do small things towards accomplishing the bigger picture in my head. So the Exodus house is a small demonstration of faith, of transmuting the idea from you know um I want to do something, to it actually being done, but the project is not finished. It's a whole entire NGO because there are so many people who want to get out. And my purpose for looking at the diaspora, looking at African Americans. I lived in America for a long time, and I was sick and tired of hearing about young black men getting shot and killed. I was sick and tired of hearing about police brutality. I was sick and tired of having that fear in my mind for people who have the same color skin as I do, and the kind of brutality that is meted out to them, and their only sin being born black. And so I created this space. I wanted to create a place my whole life that people could return to Africa through. Did I know how I was going to do that? No. Did I have a plan? Yes. I had a plan. I had a plan. I had put something together in my head. I became obsessed about the idea. The first place was supposed to be in Mombasa, Kenya. It was a big, beautiful mansion. And I kept stopping myself, even though I, I was stalking the place. I had the realtor. I made my own video about the place. Even though I had, um, I found the property and I took possession of the property in my mind. I kept saying, Renee, you don't have the kind of money that they're asking for. I kept saying that. And so the vision was not able to materialize because I kept stepping forward, stepping backwards, stepping forward, stepping backwards. And that's what you do when you have a dream or you have a vision or you have a goal to achieve. You see the vision, okay? You see the vision, and then you keep saying, well, where is the money going to come from for that? I'm going to tell you where the money comes from. The money comes from the ether, the same place that inspiration comes from, that gives you music, that gives you scripts, that gives you movies, that gives you books, that gives you all of the things, okay? The inspiration means in spirit. It comes from the world of the spirit. So if you keep telling yourself, I want to write this book, but where is the money going to come from? You will never, ever, ever have it. You will never have it if you use that kind of language to yourself and on yourself. You have to keep working. You have to create the idea, okay, how much is this going to cost me? How much is this going to cost to materialize? Okay, now I know how much it's going to cost. Have the plan, keep the plan, work the plan. Kidogo, kidogo. If you know, little by little, if you know that your plan is going to cost 50 million to execute, okay? Break it up into little pieces how I do. You need X amount to buy things that you could store in your house. You need X amount to buy things that you could put to the side. You need X amount, the little things that you can buy. Don't make the big thing because it's so massive and it's so much money. You're like, where am I going to get this money from? No. My way is, okay, it costs this amount of money, but I can buy it little by little. And coming from Jamaica also helps because we see it every single day in our culture. We see the man who wants to buy a house, build a house, right? He doesn't have the money to build a house, but maybe he has the money to buy the land, or he can go to his family and say, "Can I get a little help to buy this land?" And they say, "Okay, well, he needs help to buy land. Let me help him to buy the land." And then he says, "Okay, now I have land." And it gives him the idea that his house will materialize. So he goes and he buys some blocks. And he, every time he gets paid, he buys blocks or he buys cement. And then he builds a room and a bathroom. And he moves into his house unfinished. Maybe it has a ceiling and a bathroom and a closet and, and some running water. And, and it's not finished. You can't move in any kids in there. And he says, well, I'm going to need to have, a house. And he starts building out the kitchen. And then from there, he builds another room and another room and another room. And when he's done, he has himself a palace. And people drive by and go, "Oh my God, I will never have a house like that. Oh my God, I will never have something this beautiful." You will and you can. And so that coming from that culture, seeing how things are built from a small place, that's why my mentality is the way it is. So if, maybe some of you can wish for or hope for the large sum and it will come, I'm not going to say your plan, that's not a way to do it. Because I've read enough books to know that that is one way that can work for some people. Okay. But you have to have a plan and you have to have an idea. And when you have the plan and the idea, you could work towards it in a different way. Maybe enough people, or people who will invest in your plan or your idea, and the money can come like a lump sum. Okay. But me personally, when I have a plan and I have an idea, I'm also seeking autonomy. I'm seeking a lifestyle that I am not an employee, and I answer to as little people as possible, because I understand for my mental well-being, I cannot put myself in a situation where I'm in so much stress all the time, where I'm like, okay, I took this money from someone, where am I going to get it now to give it back to them? I don't want that for my life. Okay. So I use the Jamaican playbook of accomplishment, which is little by little by little. And we see this in our culture all the time. And it's hard to see that in America, because in America everything is so big and so done, and it's hard to see that in the West. You go to London and you see these towering skyscrapers and you feel intimidated as a human being that you will never have, or you can't accomplish that same kind of wealth, okay? And in the Caribbean and African countries, you get to see the man who started out with a plot of land in the countryside and says, I'm going to raise some pineapples and some watermelon. And, he doesn't have a way to get it to market, but he grows his pineapples and his watermelon. And by the time the crop comes in, he finds someone else who has a truck who can get his stuff to market. Okay? And now he has a way to get his stuff to market and he could make some money. And he will work that plan for probably a year until he has enough money to go and buy his own van. Okay? And then he sees that the money is coming in and he can then, okay, now I want more land. And he will buy another acre and expand his business. And you come back to that man in 5 years, he has a palace on that same plot of land where he started out just planting watermelon and pineapples with nothing. And that I can relate to that, and I can understand that because that's what I've seen my whole life in my culture. So I'm very comfortable starting small and doing things little by little by little. And that is how you also have to approach things, whether you are your main plan is to repatriate to Africa. You have to work the plan small, in small ways. Start to remove things that will keep you there. Okay, you need to save some money. um you're like, well, what money? I ain't got no money to even save. You do have money. We all have money, whether it's little or a lot. We all have a little money, whether you have $20, all you have in your whole name is $20. You can say, okay, $5 of the $20 is going to go towards this. Okay? And even if you have only no money at all, you don't have it in your bank account, but you have money somewhere in the spirit world, because you wouldn't be alive. You wouldn't be alive. How many times have you woken up without money, and by the time you went to bed, you were provided for. You did not go to bed hungry. You did not go to bed without your needs being met. That means there is a creator and an infinite spirit that is consistently providing for you. Okay, and if your needs weren't met that day, it would be met another day, or somebody else would show up with probably a little bit of money, or you asked for help and you got the help that you need. But even from that place of minute things, you can make amazing things. I've been saying this for years. Okay, I was on the radio and this was my message, right? And so I'm moving into the space where I occupied so well before I had Johanna, which is consultation and motivating people towards the accomplishment of their dreams and showing them how to accomplish things little by little. Okay? Because you might look at your space and go, I have nothing. I have no way. I have nowhere. And, I did an interview. Um, I would probably say 10 years ago, I did an interview, and, someone asked me, well, how does a mother on welfare accomplish anything if that's all she has is welfare? Well, to me, at the time, I was telling them, this person who interviewed me, that even if there is a woman out there who that is her situation, she can bake, she can cook, she can sell lunch boxes, she can do catering orders, she can rent a kitchen, but she has to start. She has to do something. Maybe she bakes a cake and she sells one. Okay, and now in the time of YouTube, you don't know how to bake, go to YouTube. You don't know how to decorate a cake, go to YouTube. You could buy a decorator set for less than $10 on Amazon. Okay, but if you think of it that you want a bakery, and you don't start and you don't have the money for a bakery, you will not have anything. It starts with small things, nurturing small things, and loving the small that you have. appreciating the small that you have, to say, well, thank God I have this small thing. It is nothing to be ashamed of, to not have, to only have a little thing. Okay, because from a little thing comes big things, right? The oak was once just a tiny acorn. The oak tree was just an acorn. So when you have something small, you have a seed, but you have to plant that seed in fertile soil. And the fertile soil is your own psychology, your own mentality. You have to create a repetitive process that you can, you will, you can, you will, you can, you will. Okay? As long as you have your life, health, and strength, you can and you will. So, for those of you who would like to accomplish things, whatever that is, whether you want to stay in America, or you want to what do you call it, come to Africa, or you want to move to Belize, or you have this idea but you don't know how to accomplish it, you are going to have to exercise the faith, the same kind of faith that your mother exercised in her creator when she brought you to this planet, when she didn't know where your food, where your baby food, where your baby clothes, where your diapers, where your none of it was coming from. She had to exercise faith that the creator who planted that seed inside of her will provide. Okay? You have to own that. You have to own it, and you have to believe in it. You cannot tell me you believe in the creator and you have no faith. And the next thing up on top of the faith is confidence. You have to have the confidence. Don't mind anybody who says, well, you're crazy. How could you have this kind of, blind faith? And how are you so sure? We're not sure. And that's why it's called faith. Okay, we're not sure, but we are having confidence and hope that it will be done. Okay, it will be done, because when visions and dreams come to you and not to someone else, it means that behind that there is also going to be the financial and material support to accomplish this thing. So I don't know who I'm talking to, or I don't know who this message is for. And I made this message so that people can have it to watch it over and over again. I was just talking to a friend of mine, and I almost reached through the phone and smacked him, because I couldn't believe that you could pray. Why do you pray? Why do you pray? Why do you pray, and why do you go to church, and why do you talk to God if you don't believe that God will also provide and deliver for you? Okay? So whether that's your God, the ancestors, or your guardian angel, or your spirit, or however it is that you want to term it, it's coming. But you have to have the vision as if it's real, and you have to work towards it as if you already have the money. Okay? As if you already have the money. You cannot accomplish anything if you do not have that kind of mentality. Okay? Your God is more powerful than your broke pocket. Your God is more powerful than your pocket. And I'm going to say it again. God is more powerful than your pocket. That is what you have to tell yourself. My God is more powerful than my pocket. Okay? And through that repetitive consciousness of understanding that God is more powerful than your pocket, if you were given a vision and a dream, whether it came from you or someone gave you that vision and dream, you have to be confident that the power of God will appear in your pocket to accomplish this dream. And by the way, when you get the thing that you need, when you get the financial support, do what you said you were going to do. Okay? And you're going to have to suck it up, whether you're going to have to say, well, I wanted this dream, the money came, but I need a car, or I want a nice house. No, no, no. You don't do that. You don't do that, because if you do that, that means you don't believe in the dream enough. It means that you don't believe that that dream will also provide for you a big house and a big car. So whenever you get the support that you need, the financial push that you need to finance your dreams, use that money to finance the dream, and the dream will finance everything else. Okay? You have to understand that part of it, because when you use the money for something else, that means that you have thrown away your dream. You have thrown away, the vision, and you might not see that money again. And by God, when you get the money, act towards the dream. Don't have the money sitting in your bank account and go, well, I never had this kind of money. It looks pretty good in my bank account. No, because life has a way of moving on that money. You don't use the money to do what you said you were going to do. You will use that money to do something else. So you must act on that. And when you act on the dream, it continues. It's a cyclical process. It continues to provide the things that you need to get you to where you need to go next. Okay? So it from the world of the intangible, you can create the tangible. Have your visions, have your dreams, hold them firm, create plans, write them down, find out how much things cost, go shopping as if you have the money in your bank account, go and ask people questions, go and get some ideas on what you need to do next, and how to run the business when you accomplish the dream, how to create perpetual income, how to create generational wealth for you and your children, how to continue on that process. Okay? So don't, for any reason at all, don't dispel your own dreams with fear. Right? I know somebody's going to leave a comment, false evidence appearing real. That's exactly what fear is. And the number one fear that we folk have is, we ain't got no money. Where is this money going to come from? And what if? We cannot do that. You cannot shoot yourself in the foot. You have a dream, you have a vision, work towards the dream, work towards the vision as if you already have the money. When the money comes, take the money and put it to where it's supposed to go. Do the work. Do not expect anything without work. Okay? Nothing without work. You want a good husband? You're going to have to work. And when you meet him, you're going to have to work for him. You're going to have to cook and clean and laundry. And, you're going to have to work to keep that relationship happy and peaceful. You want a wife? You're going to have to do things to please her. You're going to have to learn how to love and care and be a provider and a caregiver and a nurturer, so that she can continue to love and nurture you. Do not want anything without work. Please, nothing. Whether you want a car, do the work towards it. Whatever it is that you're trying to materialize in your life right now, you must do the work. You must do the work. Do not expect anything to come to you without actually doing the work. Okay? And when you get the dream, it will work you. And you will work it, but it will work you, and it will have you second guessing a lot of things, because you don't know what your dream really is until you start to work in it. You don't know what your dream really is until you start to walk into a path that wasn't there before. And you might become discouraged as you're working. As I when I made that video a couple of days ago, a week or so ago, when I was sick and I was complaining and da 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 da, and the whole world took what I had to say and turned it inside out. And you don't know what you are doing really until you're working in the dream. Okay? But you have to remember, when the thing materializes, when the thing produces and comes from the spirit world and finances itself and becomes an operational business, you have to also remember the place where you started from with nothing. And you have to be inspired by yourself. You have to be inspired by what you accomplished to keep that energy going, because you don't know who else is watching you. You don't know who else you're inspiring. You don't know what other dreams are being planted behind your dream. That is our sole purpose on this planet. It is inspiration. It is to inspire each other. That is our sole purpose. We live and we die, but the spirit of humanity continues because we're able to inspire each other, seed hope in each other. So when you give up on your dream, you're also letting other people give up on theirs. When you give up on your ideas or your own project, you're telling everybody else who knows you and who may know you that it's okay to give up. Okay? And human life is more valuable than giving up. Okay? So anyway, if you like that message, I'm going to put my Cash App in this video. $ Renee Moneymaker, RENAE Moneymaker, MONEYMAKER, $ Renee Moneymaker. If you would like private consultations, you can send me an email, exodusafrica1@gmail.com, XODUS Africa, the numeral 1 @gmail.com. Okay? And this video, I will tell you to like and share and subscribe, because this video is something that everyone needs to hear and everyone needs to know and everyone needs to learn, and you need to play it over and over and over again. You don't have to look at my face. You can put your earphones in and put the phone away and listen to this message over and over and over again. And I'm going to keep delivering more and more like this, because I'm building you a bridge now to where I'm going next. Where I'm going next, I am taking a lot of people with me. I'm giving a leap for us. So where I go next, I expect to be surrounded by more successful people, whether you're from the diaspora or Africa. I expect to see